toast it a little bit, and then you kind of waft it under your nose. Get that nice.
Get some of that aroma coming from it, you know.
Right off the top.
Go and preemptively expose your senses to what you're about to enjoy on the smoke.
Welcome to a very special episode of the Whiskey
Tobacco
Fellowship.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. We are talking about something very dramatic today. Something that will cause your loins to stir. That will make your mouth water. And may cause a form of insanity only seen during the Middle Ages. That is right. Today we are talking about how and why to light in certain ways.
In certain ways, light certain ways, cut certain ways.
That's right.
And certain tools and gadgets along the way that we use on a probably day-to-day basis.
That's right. Yeah. So that's going to be the overarching premise of what we have. And briefly, what are we drinking to start?
This is a Compass Box Canvas. It's a very rare whiskey. About 5,800 were made. Some of the distilleries that they got to make the blend are no longer in existence.
Okay.
What makes it unique is used as a orange wine cask. I can't pronounce the actual Spanish word for it, but it's a certain cask that no one really has ever used for wine. For whiskey, and they aged it in that. It's very light, fruity, has an orange zest to it to a degree.
Okay.
It's a fantastic spirit.
All right, we'll go into more detail in just a second. We are smoking today this beautifully large ring gauge of the CLE Asylum 13 Corojo. Technically, it's just the Asylum 13, but Asylum and CLE are the same company.
Right.
And we chose this one today at this massive ring gauge, which we don't normally smoke.
I'm not used to something this large.
That's what she said?
Or he said.
Or she said.
Nowadays, we're very inclusive.
That's right. So we wanted to do that. So one thing, it would take a little bit longer to light. And for our viewing audience, they would be able to see it a little bit better. And then we're going to go into a little bit more detail about the whole process and then go from there.
Right.
And as I said, our topic for today is different ways to light.
Different ways to light. My preferred method of lighting usually is with a butane lighter.
Correct.
And I think that's probably the vast majority, I'd probably say 90%, I'd say, of cigar smokers are going to light it with a butane lighter of some sort. Now you have a quad flame, a flat flame. There's different variations of a butane lighter, but they all do pretty much the same thing.
Exactly.
Right.
So before we get into the more incredibly detailed process, because we're both nerds about this, so we can get mind-numbingly nerdy.
Yeah, we're already nerdy, so.
So I want to have some alcohol in me so it doesn't get that way. So
get
tell us
some
a
pour.
little bit more about this while you're pouring it.
This is kind of an experiment they had. They used a couple different sources. On the back of the bottles on Compass Box, they're probably the best blending Scotch blenders in the world.
Yeah.
They're far and above anybody, especially with their bottle designs like this one. It's canvas. It's like a modern art masterpiece, and you can even feel some of the label where it's kind of raised like a frame. For our listeners, it's like a gold frame of a picture, and the inside kind of almost like a Picasso type painting the inside. Yeah. It's very well done. They commissioned an artist to design the label for them, and they typically do that with all their bottles. And it's very well done. It's a tall, slender bottle, almost a wine-shaped bottle. And it has Compass Box on a raised glass on the back and a black top. But they use different sources, used from the Highland areas and some of the lower end of Scotland, and they master blend it together, and they age that blend inside of a orange wine cask for a certain amount of time. It comes out, and so it's one of its kind. Like I said in the beginning,
it really is. You know, the one thing I noticed, I know we were talking about the label, is the back label, which explains all of it. It's not just a white label with letters on it.
No,
it's actually like this kind of sheen bronze
Yeah, almost grayish bronzes like
which
color.
is, you don't expect that because nobody cares about that.
Almost like a vintage paper, almost like a parchment paper, probably.
Yeah.
Like a canvas paper.
It's beautiful. It's even got what looks like a stamp for Compass Box on it and a signature.
Yeah, and you can tell from the back, it shows you each distillery that and what percentage they have and what they used to put in this bottle.
Yeah.
And how long. They were made, it was still, I think, 2021 or released in 2021.
Well, if it's all right with you, I'll go over it real quick.
Go for it.
The Tomatane Distillery Refill Bourbon Barrel, 43.4%. The Glenbergie Distillery First Fill Bourbon Barrels, 24.2%. The Glen Elgin Distillery
That's no longer existing.
Recharged American Oak Hogshead. I wasn't expecting to read that. 15.4. The Tomatane Distillery Vino Naraha Barrel.
That's the orange cask, wine cask.
10.9%, and the Imperial Distillery, which all I'm thinking is Warhammer 40K at this point.
Right.
First Fill Bourbon Barrel, 6.1%.
Yes. So that's a lot, and it is a hard job for someone to take a bunch of different whiskeys and blend together and make it so cohesive that it all works together, and it's an enjoyable experience. And it's probably my favorite Compass Box, and they have a lot of good ones. If you can find one on the shelves, more power to you. Like I said, only about 5,800 were ever made. So, but if you can find one, grab it.
Oh, I can smell it right now. I just poured it for us, and just without even putting it to my nose, I can already smell it.
Right. And we chose this whiskey today, not really to pair with a cigar like we typically do.
Right.
It's just something that we would enjoy drinking while we're explaining all the different things about lighting today. So we're not sitting here drinking terrible shit. We're just drinking good shit.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, we try to do pairings as much as possible.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because obviously, we're all trying to min-max everything. Shout out to my other nerds who know what that means.
Wow.
But sometimes you don't get that. You can just have to use what you got. I know. You can taste that char in there. On the
Char,
on
and a
the
little bit
back
of
left.
zest, too.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It almost feels like a honey zest, like a mixed drink kind of honey zest.
Oh, yeah. You'll still get those fruit flavors, too. And that floral that you typically get with Scotch, but it's light on the palate, but it has such a bold flavor, it doesn't seem like it's light, if that makes sense.
It does.
It's hitting out of its weight class.
I've never had this one because I don't think you've shared it with me before. So this is brand new to me. And once again, Compass Box is amazing.
Oh, yeah. They'll never do anything wrong in my book.
I'm telling you, we're fanboys of my father. I am becoming a fanboy of
the Scotch world. I'm definitely a fanboy. Now, there's a couple of them scotches they made that's just not my cup of tea. Yeah. They're really like, there's a Peat Monster Arcana, which is a heavily peated, which means usually smoky, really dark, smoky Scotch.
Yeah.
Devin and Josh are definitely huge fans of that. I'm just not in that level of peat yet, but my peat level has increased. They can attest to that.
Yeah, we'll have to reintroduce you to Pete, see if you can like him.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to do a Pete episode. Get Smokey up in here.
See if we can find somebody to join us whose name is Pete to add to the confusion.
Pete, Smoking Pete.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Love it.
All right, let's get into this. Now, the process is going to be threefold.
Threefold?
Trifold, because
I love a good trifold.
Good word, trifold. Give it to me, baby. That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I'm going to do a V-cut on this big guy. A nice little V-cut of Mr. Garth's. Because of how big the ring gauge is, I'm actually going to set the V-cut on the ground, or on the table.
Or wherever you're having it.
Put my finger right on the top of the cigar, and then with the cap pointed straight down, and then cut it. Which this cutter is incredibly sharp, so that was easy.
That's fantastic. Yep.
Believe me when I tell you, if you get a cutter that is not sharp, it's terrible.
It's nice to have a good cutter that's very sharp. A lot of times you'll have a straight cut like this one. If they get dull, it can really destroy a cigar really easily because you have to have something that cuts it fast and clean.
Yeah.
Or it'll just bust the wrapper or it's no good. So make sure if it starts to get a little bit dull, if you can't sharpen it, just about, you know, they're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
They're pretty easy to come
I've
by.
contemplated on some of the shop cigars at our local shop is just coming in one day and be like, hey man, what time you open? You mind if I come in 10 minutes beforehand with my Dremel and sharpen your
Sharpen everything,
yeah.
right?
It literally take me 10 minutes. I can do all of them.
I think for this one, probably going to do a punch. Now on my lighter right here, it's a pretty heavy lighter. It's a butane lighter. Flips up manually and it lights, but it has different facets to this lighter. And me and him both have the same lighter.
Yes,
we can attest it's a fantastic lighter. You can find it on Amazon.
And if I remember, I'll put the link in the description.
Yes,
if I don't, just hit us up on Discord and ask us.
And we'll let you know, because on top it has a cigar rest for one, but that's not it.
That's not it.
It has a lighter. On the bottom side, you have a punch on the bottom. It's a pretty decently sized gauge punch.
Yep, it's about a middle.
It's about a middle, not small, not large, but just right. On the bottom side, it takes apart again, and then you have another cigar rest. So technically speaking, you can use both at the same time. You and your buddy both have a cigar rest, and you're good to go.
You know what that also has?
Go for it.
It has a cigar mirror.
That's right, cigar mirror. You're right, wrong.
You're probably asking, why would you need a cigar mirror?
Why would you need a cigar mirror, David?
Thank you for asking. That's a great question. The answer is a lot of times people will be lighting their cigars, and they'll think, oh, I'm done. You can literally take this thing, and you...
While you're lighting.
Right. For the viewing audience, you put the mirror directly in front of you, and you're lighting it, and you can tell when it's perfectly lit. Just like that. And it makes things convenient, and I'm telling you, it sounds corny.
It does sound corny.
But when you do it,
it fucking works, because what happens is you'll sit here and light and think, man, I'm good. And if you don't go right here and see if you have everything lit properly, then you're smoking and you're going to get half of it burning, and it's going to be a crappier experience. And if it's just if you have this, I know it sounds cheesy and it looks weird too for most people looking at you, but it works. You know, makes it easy. And then there's one more thing on this beautiful lighter. It actually has a skewer.
Yep.
So if you're ever having a trouble drawing out of this cigar, and you feel like it's just too constricted, I find if you find a good skewer, poke it through the end. You can even do both ends. You can do the foot or the head. It doesn't matter.
That's what she said.
And it'll open it up a little bit more. If you don't, and after that point, I'll probably just say just straight cut the straight cut it again.
You're probably dealing with a stem or something.
Yeah, it's just.
So with that lighter, whenever I put the link on there, hint, hint, there are multiple versions of this one. The square-ish version is the best one I've found. They have a round one. I do not recommend the round one. I had a friend of mine get one. It kept rolling off the table.
Right.
It was like their first iteration. I'm telling you, he destroyed the thing. But a square one works well.
I think they have two colors at the moment, like a gray and a black.
Yeah.
And they're both between $14 and $16. And if you can't afford a lighter for that, then go with matches, because.
Well, and that's the thing is like you're like, well, I need to support my local shop. I'm sorry, local shop, you don't make one that good.
Right.
So go. There's always I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, Garth, but there's a lot of people who are like, you need to support your local things. With gaming, it's your friendly local game store, FLGS. With cigars, it's the same thing. Listen, money talks.
Yeah.
Money talks. I'm sorry, in the end of the day, you got to take care of you. Spend your money wisely.
Yes. It's like I have tattoos, you know, right? If you're going to get something on your body that's going to last a lifetime, you want to pay for the quality work. You're not going to go to wish.com tattoo artist and spend $2 and then have an infection and have to cut your arm off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get what you pay for. And at the end of the day, if that local business is making a high quality product, then just where you'll be and you're shopping at it. But if they're not making a high quality product, there's no reason to support that if it's not good.
Agreed.
Not just the fact that they're local business.
Yep.
They should just do a better job of being better.
Right.
You know.
So let's go ahead and get this started. Garth has elected to do a match start.
A match start, yes.
The advantage of the match start is you're dealing with wood byproduct, obviously. The matches, it takes a little bit much, but I can tell you that if you get some longer matches, it makes it a lot easier.
It works a lot easier with longer matches for sure. Yeah. This can get a little hot, but I typically like to take 2 matches like this. Go ahead and get your cigar prepped up before you even get started with matches, because you don't have a lot of time. You can always use more matches, but it's,
Yeah.
All right.
So what you'll see him do is he's going to strike both the matches to try to get it lit. And then he's going to be circling the head of the cigar with the soft flame. He's not going to get ultra close because he wants to hit as much surface area as possible. And for our viewing audience, you can see that clearly. For the listening audience, you know, he just burned through 2 matches like it was nothing. He probably got it about halfway lit. If you go online, or I mean, honestly, you can go to the drugstore or Home Depot. You know what I prefer?
What's that?
Fireplace lighters. Because then you can relight. You can use your lighter to relight the stick and keep using it. But at that point, you might use cedar. So now he's on 4 matches, and he's probably going to have it this time around. Now, like I said, we have a much larger ring gauge here.
It's a tall task to do a ring gauge this big,
right,
with matches that are this short.
Yeah.
Without burning your piss out of your fingers. But
so I think he's doing pretty well so far. I don't think it's completely lit, but like I said, it's a larger ring gauge.
Yeah.
If he was doing a normal size, he wouldn't have any problem. He's going to finish it off.
I'm going to finish off with a regular butane lighter.
Right.
That works.
That works.
That'd be nice.
So the light that I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that is ultra traditional. And a lot of you are thinking, you mean not just using matches? Or just a butane, just a fire source and pulling on it? No, I actually got told that this is one of the original smoking methods in which I am not pulling on it at all.
Oh, wow.
It's just going to be it's going to start from a toast.
Nice.
And from a toast that is blackening it a little bit. And I always encourage people, it always freaks people out, is you toast it a little bit and then you kind of waft it under your nose. Get that nice...
Get some of that aroma coming from it, you know.
Right off the top.
Go and preemptively expose your senses to what you're about to enjoy on the smoke.
Right. So I'm going to circle this thing like a hooker having a good time. And
somebody's got to pay extra for that.
That's right. So you get the whole thing. You see it burn red ember. And you're thinking, oh, that's it. Okay, you're good. Turn it off. Blow on it a bit.
That's what she said.
So you kind of see it's not red right now. So at that point, you do the first blow to kind of get it going. And then...
Always takes 2 blows.
This is a 3 torch, which I recommend highly for this process.
Yes.
You're going to light this up. You are seeing it glow red. And then while the cigar or the lighter is lit, you gently blow, don't hard blow.
Man, you're good at blowing.
I'm very good.
I should call you later.
Oh my God. So the advantage of blowing gently while you're doing it, you can see what's lit and what's not.
Yeah, you're kind of dispersing the flame away, so you kind of get a little sneak peek without having to constantly relight the cigar lighter over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like this method. You know the number one reason I like this method? A lot of people, when they light straight with butane, they will burn, like, because they're sitting with the lighter right here and they're burning in.
Right.
And you're going to punch in about 1/4 of an inch. With this method, you are pulling back the lighter as far back as you can to get a light burn on it. You're blowing on it so it kind of expands the red. You taste so many more flavors right off the top.
Oh yeah, because you're scorching so much that you're missing basically off the foot. You know.
Yeah. This allows you to taste the foot more.
The thing is, it just takes more time, and with a lot of this generation, it's sad to say, it's about what can I get now, no less about what I can, over time. With cigars, you can't take that method. You have to take your time. Take your time lighting it, take your time cutting it, and take your time enjoying it, because it's an experience. Why rush something that's so good?
I know, and I'm telling you, like, it's been a long time since I had this Corojo, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it right now.
Oh, it's fantastic off the gate. And it's been a long time since I used matches to light a cigar, especially the ones these short. But it's fantastic. I feel like I get a little bit more flavor out with the matches over the butane. Not saying butane takes away any flavor by any means. There's certain things I would not use to light cigars. Butane is probably the cleanest one you can use besides a regular match. What other ones would you recommend not using?
Zippo fuel. I got recently educated that a Bic lighter is actually okay because it's pressurized. So therefore, the chemical inside gets burned off in the flame so you don't taste it. I was always under the impression that's not true, but I got educated by our good buddy Eric.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I
I always
didn't either.
assumed that they're the same thing.
I was the same way. I will tell you from personal experience being an avid pipe smoker, I used to have a Zippo insert that was for a pipe, meaning the torch didn't come out the top, it came out the side, right?
Yeah.
And what was terrible about it was it used Zippo fuel. And you're like, oh, the fuel's a fuel. Well, it's a chemical.
It's a chemical.
You are tasting that chemical. It is so gross. The only people who enjoy that shit are cigarette smokers and people who don't really care about
They
pipes.
don't have any senses left because they have all those chemicals from the cigarettes already.
Yes, I'm judging you.
Yes, we're always just cigarette users. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like this is also, we have a different type of lighter. If you're for the pipe smokers in the audience, I love pipes. I just got started getting into it more. Devin has done pipes for a long time. You need a pipe lighter. Yep. Typically, they are a soft flame and they come out from the side. You can adjust this flame however deep you want, but it keeps it at a certain angle because when you're trying to light that pipe, you need something that can get inside the bowl. And typically, you can use matches. They work just as good as well because typically when you have the pipe, you're drawing in a little bit and it'll bring the flame down into the bowl. Yep. But you don't want that tobacco to be scorched.
Right.
That's the worst thing. That's why you can't use a butane lighter.
Correct.
With pipes. If you use a butane lighter, you'll scorch that tobacco, you have a terrible experience, and you'll more likely mess up your pipe anyway.
Well, I will tell you my recommendation for a pipe lighter is Zippo makes an insert. I'm holding a Zippo right now where it's a dual flame that comes out the top. They have them that actually shoot out the side, like I was just telling you, that are butane. Right. I highly recommend it for a pipe because you're going to be lighting it multiple times, and the convenience of a Zippo size lighter is
it's
amazing.
always about convenience for us, honestly. That's why I typically carry this Zippo, and they make these inserts for Zippos. They're a butane insert.
Yep.
So if you have a favorite case that you always want to use, but like, man, I don't want to use the Zippo fuel and ruin my cigar, you can always use the inserts and still keep the same case so it looks awesome, because I know
I've got a Zaku one.
A Zaku? Ooh, awesome.
Zaku.
That's cool.
I bought it from an old roommate of mine, and he's like, this is a collectible, man. You can't use it. And honestly, I'm seriously thinking about saying, fuck it, and using it, because it's cool, and it's sitting on a shelf. I hate stuff that's sitting on shelves.
Yes, that's the same problem with me that I have with whiskey. Is like, you got a lot of people out there would buy whiskey and just let it sit on the shelf, and they'll never open it. They'll never experience, never enjoy it. Then why even get it?
I know.
If you're not going to sit there and enjoy it with just yourself or friends and family, why have it in the first place? It's supposed to be drank. It's like collectibles. I get it. There's certain things out there that I might hesitate opening up or messing with because it's a collectible.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you bought that, and more likely, if you're buying that, more likely you're not getting rid of it, honestly.
I know, that's the thing about it.
So might as well enjoy it while you have it.
And I have a Zaku one, not a Gundam one, and it's an average one. Like, because when they first built those Gundam and the Zaku to face them in Japan, they have all their stores right there trying to promote it. And this is where that came from. It was just an average one on the shelf. And I'm just sitting there going, they had specialty ones that were like quadruple the price. I've got an average one. And I'm just sitting here going, bro, this thing is super cool. Right. All I get to do is look at it.
Right.
And I'm honestly sick of it. I'm going, Devin, do you plan on like, well, Garth, in 10 to 15 years, I'm going to sell this thing for $1 million? No.
Because the whole thing is always like, well, you never know, in about 10, 15, 20 years, it might be worth a lot of money. In 10, 20, you're never going to sell it, let's be honest. And if it did go up in price, the odds of you actually taking care of it 10 years down the line and still be in the same condition and then going through the effort to actually sell it, you're not going to do it, let's be honest.
Japan would have to be struck by a nuclear bomb or a tsunami, wipe out the entire area, and they don't exist anymore for it to raise so much value to make me not use it.
Right.
That was morbid as fuck.
It's very morbid, but true.
Yeah.
True.
So you've actually encouraged me at this point with that. We got off on a tangent here. I'm just so irritated.
It's fine to be on a tangent. But on the next break, we'll go through a couple more different things and tools you can use to light and or have with cigars that you always have to have with you.
like it.
Coming up.
We'll see you next.
All right, we're back in it. How are you enjoying the cigar so far since we've had it lit?
I am loving it. I mean, it's such a simple cigar. I'll be honest with you, the Asylum 13 Corojo. And the great thing about this beauty is this burgundy red band with gold inlay over it. But it's not like super complex like some of our favorite brands and stuff.
Right,
It's very simple with the skulls on it. And I'm setting it on my wonderful Wolverine cigar rest. And then on top of all of that, this ring gauge. CLE is a great brand. Aroa, Asylum. They're a great brand. They make good quality stuff all the way down the line. And it's been so long since I've had this, I just wasn't expecting.
Oh, it's delightful.
So it's telling us what we've got here is a Honduran Corojo, obviously.
Nice.
That's the wrapper. And the binder is Honduran and the filler's Honduran. So that's the one reason I think you and I are really enjoying it, is it's pretty much almost like a Honduran Puro, but with a little bit of a mix to it, you know?
Right.
And then on top of it, some of the notes I even got directly from them was black pepper, oak, roasted coffee, earthy coffee notes leading to a sweet vanilla finish. So I'm really eager to see what that means. I'm really skeptical about that kind of finish. And that's kind of what we're at right now. The interesting part is the fact that I chose this ring gauge.
Yes, it's a massive ring gauge. I typically don't smoke ring gauges this big.
Yeah.
Not that I don't enjoy it, but sometimes it can be cumbersome just holding it, honestly. I'm a little baby back bitch in that way.
That's what she said. Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, the great thing about a large ring gauge like this is the smoke gets cooler by the time it gets to you.
Right.
You have a lot more flavor hits over the lifespan because there's a lot more tobacco. Now, again, the ring gauge of the cigar does not determine the time. The length determines. You could have a Lancero at the same length, and they'll smoke the same amount of time.
Right. Which is it's crazy to think that way.
Yeah.
Because you think, well, the ring gauge is like, man, that's a lot of tobacco in one stick. And you look at the Lancero, that's about yay big, maybe a little bit longer, but about this thick.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's no way it tastes at the same time. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
So you just had a wonderful event happen that I was not expecting to talk about.
Right, but we got here. We're here in this position.
Tell us about what you had to do and what you used to do.
The cigar wrapper started to peel away a little bit.
Okay.
It could have been happened due to shipping, or a lot of circumstances can cause the wrapper to start pulling away. But we have found that through our research, they make a cigar glue. Which is no chemicals, is not toxic to you. You can smoke through it, and no flavor, no nothing. All you do is when you see it starting to peel away, you take this glue stick, and it has almost like a brush tip, like a paintbrush on the very end, and you twist the end, and it shoots the glue through the end. And make sure you have some on there, and you can start gluing the underside of the wrapper and folding it back in place. As soon as it dries, it'll stay there. You don't have to worry about it constantly coming loose, but it is definitely a 10 out of 10 recommend to have in every cigar bag.
This stick, it's called Glugar, and how I originally came across this damn thing was when you look up pectin, which is what they use to bind cigars with, the only thing that there was around were these little dropper bottles with these little things and little brushes in them, and I'm like, I don't want to carry this in my bag.
Right,
this
too
is
much.
dumb.
It's too much.
This, I found it, and they have multiple flavors. They have like mango and all these other ones. This is the non-flavored one.
Get the non-flavored one.
Yeah, I recommend for cigar smokers. It is wonderful. Buy it in the largest amount because the shortest amount is not worth it. It's like $7. It's not worth it.
They last so long though.
I bought like a pack of 14 or 15, and I gave all these guys one because I'm like, you have to have one in your bag. I'm sorry, you have to. I highly recommend. It's called Glugar, Gluegar. Worth every penny.
Yeah.
You will tell your buddies, and if you want them to pay you, tell them to give you $4.
Right. Right. Because it's well worth it. Because at the end of the day, like I had it happen towards the foot and it started peeling away. But it can happen when you take off the wrapper and it can peel away. That's why a lot of times we recommend to leave the banding on until you get to the banding.
Yeah.
Because it can happen if you don't have the glue, then you're kind of up the creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't. Pet peeve.
Go
1
for it.
second. Pet peeve.
Always have a pet
At
peeve.
the cigar shop, people will start seeing it unravel, and then they'll want a new cigar. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, how is it the cigar shop's fault that your cigar's unraveled?
Because the cigar shop didn't make the cigar.
Yeah, they just sell it.
They just sell it. And the fact that it unwrapped, it could have been, like we said earlier, a ton of different factors. Shipping came from the factory that way. Could just be a dry humidor. It could just be because.
Oh, well, their humidor should be better. Listen, solve yourself all the heartache, all of the disrespect or potential slights, all the drama. Get yourself some glue gar, keep it in your bag. You see a split, put it on there, you're done. You don't have to talk to anybody. Your cigar will work. His is already dry.
It's already dry and it's no longer flecking away.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
He didn't have to go up to the guy and ask him for another one and have the guy look at him and go, really, dude?
Right.
Like, no drama.
Yeah. Now, there could be a case that this cigar starts falling apart again closer down towards the end. But luckily, I have the glue and I can fix it for me. Yeah. And it's smaller than a pencil.
Yes.
It can fit in your pocket and you won't even recognize it's there, and it's because it's that light and that small.
That's what I like about it.
There's no excuse.
That is what I like about this thing is you could put it in your cigar bag. Like, you know the tube ones, like the one you got me? Mm-hmm. You could put it in there like with a Lancero.
Right.
And then 2 other cigars, and you'll never notice it.
Yeah, you'll never notice it.
Yeah. Highly recommend. Buy that. I think it's a pack of 14.
Yes.
Give it to your buddies.
14.
And then you look at the next, and then you look like, next time we're all out of these, you buy the next pack.
Because these last a long time. Because you might get 1 out of every 9 cigars, 9, 10 cigars that's going to actually start to come apart to where you actually need the glue.
Yeah.
So it's very rare that you actually use it. So they last for months and months and even a year or so. Some people, just depending on the cigars you get. So some people get lucky and never have that issue. Yep. I tend to get that issue a lot because I have terrible luck. But it's neither here nor there.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is cedar, which is an interesting subject for a lot of people because they don't seem to, they understand the basics, but they don't seem to understand why. They just like, oh, okay, light it with cedar. So your humidor, if you have a traditional humidor, is lined or is built typically
out of cedar.
Out of cedar. Now, why do they use cedar?
I don't know, Devin, tell me.
It absorbs moisture and holds it, and it doesn't mildew as fast as normal wood.
It is a porous wood. Like you said, it does have a smell to where it can imbue some flavor to cigars if they sit there and age long enough inside the humidor. But they are resistant to mold. They hold up long life. You can even season them with moisture to where they get even better with age, honestly. And for a purpose that we're going to do today, if we get to a certain point, is to relight with a cedar.
A purge.
Purge, some might say.
So I'm going to show you...
Not the purge, but purge.
So what I'm going to show you is a 2-part. One thing is with the cedar, and then what a purge is and why it's important.
No, I love that.
And I'm just going to go ahead and do it now because I really want to taste the cedar.
Go for it.
Honest with you. Now, first thing, we'll do it real quick. You see this right here? The cedar? I'm holding up cedar for our listening audience. Don't break it off like that, which works every once in a while. It's easier to rip it like paper. Okay, and now you might be saying, why? Now, he got a small bit, but if you rip it again, it's going to be a bigger bit. And it's going to be a weird shape, which is not necessarily a bad idea. Weird shapes are good. It allows you to...
That's what she said.
That is definitely what she said. Prize to the person who can count how many times we say that today, because we're not keeping count.
A lot, because we are Office fans.
That's
and if you're not an Office fan, you uncultured swine.
That's right.
What are you doing with your life?
Okay, so... Number 1, a purge happens at the halfway mark. I am not at the halfway mark, but you get down to the halfway mark, you're going to notice a flavor change into kind of more of maybe what they're talking about with the coffee notes and stuff.
Right.
Whatnot. So you're at the halfway mark.
Right.
You knock off the ash. You can use the cedar to do that. Make it completely as ash-free as possible. Don't go too crazy with it. You may even want to blow into the cigar after you've knocked the ash off, which will knock free a little bit more. Okay, so here we go. Let me explain this process before I do it so that you know what you're looking at. A purge is the objective of relighting the cigar, but instead of necessarily pulling the whole time, you want to catch the end of the cigar with a soft flame, and then you want to hold it. And the reason that's important is its air displacement and the fact that fire, the plasma that is fire,
Right.
will actually pull, oxygen will pull things through it faster because you're blowing air through the tube faster.
Right.
Now what that does as far as your cigar is it will make it taste almost brand new again because you're pushing out some of the tar and some of that buildup that you've been pulling through the tube the whole time. Doing it with cedar adds another extra little flavor note to it. I highly recommend always to do a purge with cedar.
Always with cedar. And I typically like to do it a lot when you have a cigar that might be mild in flavor, kind of lacking that you wanted, and you're about the halfway point. Just go ahead and knock that ash off real quick. Get you a piece of cedar like Devin's doing, light it, and by example, he will show you how he's purging.
Tell him what I'm doing.
When he is putting the stick next to his cigar, and when he's sucking at the same time, and he's rotating that cigar. So he's kind of purging like he's relighting the cigar all over again, and then blowing out some of those tars at the end of the foot. So he's not getting that relit burnt ends, but a fresh burn on the end of that cigar.
And that's what you guys saw here. Garth just saw it. As once I kind of caught that it was lit,
Right.
I started to, instead of pull, I was pushing. So
now it smells like nothing but pure cedar in here.
yeah, that's right.
Like you walked into a massive humidor full of cedar.
That's right. And a big shout out to Doc. Cheers to our fallen comrade.
Cheers, Doc.
That he actually coined this term, and I've used it ever since. You got to blow dragon fire out.
That's right. That's what it looks like.
It does.
Dragon.
You are shooting air through it and pushing the flame out, and you do it until the cigar goes out.
Right.
You keep going. So when you know you've got a soft flame, you take another breath, and then bam, you push as hard as you can. I'm telling you, it's like brand new again, but with a little bit of cedar flavor to it.
And that's what you're doing. You're just trying to get some new flavors mixed into it. Getting it relighted if it's starting to die on you a little bit.
Yep.
It's basically just a restart button for your cigar.
Yeah.
So really all it is restart button.
And these are all the practices that you do because this is an hour and a half smoke. We're not going to be here for an hour and a half, but this is an hour and a half
It's
smoke.
an hour and a half smoke. The thing is, with a lot of stuff that we're talking about today, for like some lighting methods, matches and cedar are 9 times out of 10, probably 9.9 times out of 10, free at every cigar shop.
Yeah.
All
If
you
they
have to do is
charge you
ask.
for cedar, you don't
Walk
need to be
out.
there. You don't need to be there. I'm sorry. I went into one that did that, and I went, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Right, and pretty much, and also with matches too. I've yet to be to a cigar shop at all that charges for matches.
Yeah.
Especially ones that are like this size. Now, if they're bigger and longer, I can get that. But 9 times out of 10, they'll give you these for free.
Yeah.
And if you don't, because sometimes they can get expensive for certain name brands. If you don't buy it off Amazon, lighters, yes, they can get expensive. So if you don't want to do the butane because of the expenses of it, then matches are the way to go for sure.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. So those are kind of the basic, or I'd say the slightly more advanced tools than just your typical.
Yeah.
For anybody out there watching, shout out to Billy.
Yeah.
That this is kind of a next step for you to try out, especially for that wonderful cigar he gave me over the race weekend.
Oh,
that we had.
the Delicioso.
Yes. I really wish I had had cedar with that one to relight it.
Oh, it would have been amazing.
Yeah, it would have
Fantastic.
changed the game on it.
Now, is there any other tool that you think that a person might need in their to-go bag to always have with them, like the cigar glue and a lighter?
Cigar glue, our tools that we have, like these, I have a gold one that I prefer mine over his. But
Personal choice.
Mine's, yeah, exactly. Mine's got a nubber, a spear, and 2 punches on it. Hopefully, I'll have a link down below. Again, pester us in Discord if it's not there.
Right.
And and honestly, it's so funny because we're talking about these tools, and take a gander at what we're talking about. Look how thin all of these are. Like, Garth and I both have this efficiency mode in our brain.
Right.
And so our lighter is smaller. It's a ring gauge. It's like that.
Yeah, and you can go with a smaller lighter like this one.
Yeah.
You know, regular Zippo. They all work the same.
But you just imagine you have a little case, a little go bag.
Yeah, you put a case about yay big.
Yeah.
Like smaller than a pencil pouch. You know.
And you can fit all of this stuff in it.
Right.
So, and the great thing about lighters with cutters on it is typically you're going to want to carry a cutter like Garth's right here, a nice V-cut, a retractable I call it the Men in Black V-cut.
Right. It's like flasher.
Yeah. These are great.
Yes.
And then you're probably going to want to have, if you've got a full bag.
A full bag.
Which Garth has gone to the next level of full bag.
For example, this is my bag.
That's his cigar bag. I still use a tiny one. And Josh has got the mid-size now, and Garth's got the extra large. But.
Well, I also carry bottles of whiskey in there.
Yeah.
I carry my laptop. So there's reasons for me having a big
It's a day bag.
It is a day bag, and I carry it with everywhere, and it's probably been the best purchase I've ever made.
It's like so.
My
What's your
diaper
day
bag.
I have a Ron Swanson.
It's my diaper bag.
It's a Ron Swanson day bag.
But if you want the essentials to put in your bag, I would always recommend carrying more than one lighter.
Yep.
Or put it this way, more than one way to light the cigar you should put in your bag. Doesn't have to be 2 lighters. It could be a lighter and matches. Matches preferably, because you know without a doubt they'll light. You're not out of fuel or anything like that. I'd also recommend at least 2 different type of cuttings. A V-cut is probably one of my favorite go-tos. Is a V-cut and a straight cut, and because straight cut has multiple facets. It's to either cut the cigar to light it, or to cut it off to save the cigar for another time.
Save it for later, or if you got a weird burn. Now, your V-cut, or not, sorry, your straight cut here is actually too small, in my opinion.
Yes, it's a little smaller.
You'd want I'd recommend an 80. They call it an 80 ring gauge.
Yeah, bigger the better.
And they're cheap. They're like $6.
Or if you got money, you can get the scissors too. Yeah. That's neither here nor there. And then
I wish I had the money to get one of those.
A good bit of lighters will actually have punches on it, like these we have.
Yeah.
Punches are very good. Different options as far as how you're going to prep your cigar.
Yep.
It's not recommended. None of this is. Whatever you like to do is like what you like to do. You know, we're not telling you how to smoke your cigar, but give you the best options to put in your bag.
There's a essentials kit for anybody who's getting into cigar smoking.
Right.
I set one up for Robert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I had an old, I think it was a Liga Privada bag that I got at an event, and it looks like a cosmetic bag,
like a torture bag, a men's torture bag, basically.
And I made sure to set him up with a lighter, a cutter, a few other things that I can't remember at this point.
Probably glue,
Yeah.
some cedar, some matches, and like we all have, is this 5-in-1 or 6-to-1, depending on what you have.
And he doesn't smoke that often.
It doesn't.
So, but when he takes the bag, he knows he's
ready.
Yeah,
it's a go bag. All you have to do is just grab it, and you know you have everything you possibly need to smoke a cigar. And even if you don't have cigars, you have the tools to smoke one.
Yeah.
Because you may go in and meet a friend or a buddy, or even go to a cigar shop where you can get a cigar from somebody.
Now, these go bags, like what we're talking about, separating out Josh and Garth's wonderful advanced bags.
Well,
my bag is, I didn't go to a cigar shop to get it. And again, a friendly local game shop argument is, I went on Amazon and found a toiletry bag, a leather square or rectangular leather toiletry bag. It was manly. It was perfect. It had a bunch of pockets in it.
All right.
It fit everything I need.
I've used toiletry bags in the past. Get past the name. This is what they're called, because that's what they're typically used for.
Yeah.
But they're great because they are small, compact, about as big as a shoe, or if not a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
You know, but it usually has multiple pockets for toiletry stuff.
Look it up.
It works great for holding in the pockets. I put lighters and matches and maybe some smaller pieces of cedar. And then the main part, typically I can probably fit in most toiletry bags like 3 big size packs of cigars in there. You can hold a lot of cigars inside that bag.
And you can fit a flask in there.
You can fit a flask. I've even had one where I could fit a full bottle of whiskey in it. It was a little shorter whiskey, but I could fit a whole whiskey and still have my cigars in there and be good to go and zip it up.
Trust me, you want to find out what we're talking about and be amazed by it? Go look it up. Go look up leather cosmetic bags online on Amazon. You'll be like, oh, I get exactly what you're saying. It's perfect. They're perfect.
They're so cheap and easy to find. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
Another thing that's cheap before we get towards the end is a cigar rest.
Yep.
I can't tell you the many times I've been out in public and haven't had a place to sit down my cigar while maybe I pick up my food or go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Having a cigar rest that folds up like this one does.
Yep.
Because Devin has a very fancy Wolverine cigar rest that's very heavy and very expensive.
Made in the Ukraine. Yeah.
This one folds up nice and easy. It can fit in your pocket. You wouldn't know it was there.
Yeah. I got mine on Amazon for like it was probably maybe not $3 or $4, but $4 to $5 for a 3-pack.
All right. See?
Yeah.
And you can put them in different spots that you might typically need them. So put it in your to-go bag, put it in the truck, and leave one at home because you never know when someone might need to have a cigar rest wherever they're sitting because they might not have an ashtray.
Yep.
But they need a cigar rest.
Yep. And that leads me to my last point is you're getting into cigars or you're somewhat already in it. Always your supplies in your go bag or your cigar go bag.
Cigar go bag.
And then you always need to take a cutter, plain cutter, and a plain lighter and just leave it in your glove box.
That's it. Because you never know when you might need one.
Yeah.
I've been to many points like, man, I just don't have my lighter. I didn't bring my bag today. I wasn't thinking I was going to need it. And then I needed a lighter because, hey, a buddy of mine just showed up. Hey, you want to smoke a cigar? But yeah, of course I always want to smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
But then I don't have a way to light it.
And if you get these fold-up cigar rests, like I was saying, I'm telling you, you can find the 3-pack. Hopefully it'll be in the link in the description.
I hope so.
Put one of those in there too. I'm telling you, the convenience of, oh my God, I left everything at home. He's got a cigar. And you're like, oh, I got a little Ziploc bag in my glove box with everything I need.
Yeah, that's all you need.
You will sing our praises.
Yeah, because most everybody has a glove compartment in their truck or car. All you have to do is put a little pouch of something, throw you some lighters, some cutters, some cedar, and a rest in there. That's all you absolutely need.
So actually, the last thing we're going to do is I'm actually going to need a little bit of a pour, a little bit more, because I know it's expensive and I don't want to take too much.
I brought it so we can drink it.
And we're going to do a dip.
Because it doesn't matter how rare something is or how delicious it is. If you want to drink it, fucking drink it.
That's right. So we're going to do the infamous plunge.
Oh, we're plunging our tips.
That's right.
Nothing but the tip.
Nothing but the tip.
Typically, we like to do this with a bigger rocks glass. We drink out of Glencairns around here. It's easy. It's better to get the nose out of a whiskey and some of the flavors. Yep. But for plunging our tips, you got to have a big opening, if you know what I mean.
A brief plunge, and then you pull it out and you start pulling on it. That's how it works.
Brief tip, just to get that flavor of that whiskey.
Ooh, caramel. Ooh. Oh. I immediately got caramel.
It's that sweetness straight out. It brought all the sweetness out of that cigar and brought it straight to the forefront.
It really does.
I think I found in this endeavor that we've been doing that Scotch is a better pair for cigars over bourbon.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I also think as far as plunges are concerned, Scotch is better.
Yeah. I think they're batting 100 right now. Mm-hmm. Every time we've had a Scotch on the show, they have done well in the plunge. They've done well in the pairing as far as notes complementing each other. Yeah. I think Scotch and cigars are just meant to go together, honestly.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Scotch is older than bourbon.
It is. It is by far older than bourbon. And I also think the characteristics of a good Scotch is usually peaty, smoky, earthy. And that's basically what a cigar is. It's earthy, it's smoky, it's
the
robust.
Physical representation of
Sometimes they have some sweet notes in it, and the sweet notes that you'll pick up in a Scotch will bring the sweetness out of that cigar, and you're like, oh, that's fucking fantastic.
I really think we are onto something here.
Because I think bourbon is a little too sweet.
Yeah.
Honestly. Now, bourbon can be spicy. It could be a little hot. But overall, bourbon is designed to be sweet. over Scotch. Scotch is peat. Irish is a little bit more shortbread, earthy grains. So Irish works well too, but Scotch, I think, by far will work the best. And I'd probably say Japanese whiskey probably would too, because Japanese whiskey is made similar to Scotch.
You're right.
And their mash bills and what they use to actually distill. I'd like to experiment on a Japanese whiskey one of these days.
Japanese episode to come in the future.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she said. Anyway, this has been a great episode.
It's been fantastic. And it's been a great cigar, great whiskey, great conversations with friends.
Remember to like, share, subscribe. Hit all those buttons that you know. Please comment. Comment again. I sound like a record at this point.
It's always a broken record. Just play it on repeat.
Yeah, that's right. Even if you don't like what you heard, tell us how much of fucktards we are.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
We'll take that too.
We'll take that. Tell us what you're drinking, what you're pairing. Try pairing one of your stuff with scotches and see what you do, and then do it with bourbon and see what you think.
Recommend getting a blended scotch. If for people that are not scotch drinkers, get a blended scotch. They're easier on the palate.
Yep. We're going to do an episode in the future called The Swill Connoisseur.
Ooh.
Where we're going to be drinking one of my favorite cheap pieces of shit scotch that's blended, and I'm saying that because it was good, but 100 Pipers and other incredibly bad cheap swill.
Right. We'll find a handful of cheap swill from Irish, bourbon, and Scotch, and then we'll go through the cheapest shit you can find and see what was the best, like a ranking.
So if you've got any recommendations on that, please let us know down in the comments below. You can join us and talk to us on the regular on our Discord. You'll see the link down below in the link tree. It is the Archifier Studios Discord. Excuse me.
Yes, this is Archifier in the Discord. He is the head of the Discord. It's his Discord. I am Sir Metal Knight there in the Discord. I'm a moderator. Josh Durante's in there. He's the Baron. Sir
Baron.
The Baron.
Oh.
He is the admin, but we're always there in the Discord. All you have to do is add us, and we will respond to you if you have any questions about anything. But there's tons of ton of people in there. Join what you like. We're always welcoming.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's all we're good for now. And like I said, we'll see you next time on Whiskey
Tobacco Fellowship. That's right. Big bad bitch.